Good morning, Khushamadid, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, and welcome to the channel. My name is Kubeir. I am a CICC licensed immigration consultant, and this channel is all about Canadian immigration news, updates, things you should do, things you definitely should not. So, once the announcement was made about the draws to resume, obviously there have been people who are very excited, of course, because they've been waiting for such a long time. And equally, there are also people who are already very angry, already very frustrated, already very irritated. They have become more angry, more frustrated, more irritated because they are one of those people in the backlog. Okay, and they have been expressing their displeasure with the announcement of the draws because, in their understanding, the backlogs should be first cleared. Well, so in this media release, which was announced yesterday, they have also said about the processing, and this is where it says, as a result of temporary pause, the federal high-scale processing inventory has been cut by more than half. Now, for people who do follow these things and who are obviously regular visitors to our weekly roundup, you will also know that we have been talking about backlogs for a long time. The first and the primary reason for holding back on the draws was to clear the backlog. That is one of the biggest reasons, right? Otherwise, there was no reason to hold back on the draws. Now that they have been holding back on the draws for a very long time, for CEC, they've been holding for almost now, almost 8 to 9 months, 8 months now. They've had enough and ample opportunity to clear out a lot of the backlogs. And they're confirming it here that in September, there were 111,900 people in the backlogs, and this has now decreased to only 48,000 by March 2022. And this inventory will be further reduced by July 2022, allowing them, obviously, and this is one of the reasons why they are not starting the programs again. They're not starting the express entry again. They're still holding for another 2 months until they can clear a majority of the chunk of the applications. At any given point of time, obviously, there will be applications in process. You cannot expect all the applications to be cleared and only for them to start. That's not going to happen, right? So their initial plan was to reduce the inventory by at least half. They've already done it. They've not reduced it by half. They've reduced it much more than half. And in the next 2 months, they will reduce it even further. Also, once the draws will resume in July, everybody will not apply or everybody will not submit their applications at the same time or the same day. There was going to be some gap, right? You will have 60 days after you receive your ITA to submit your application. So a lot of these people will obviously submit probably in August, some will submit in September, and then it's going to be a cyclic thing. So IRCC is going to have even more time. So I would not even say until July. This will go on until almost August, that they would have enough time to clear out majority of the backlog. So people who have been worried about the backlogs, people who have been quite irritated, angry, frustrated about the backlogs, well, for you, this is also equally a good news, because this shows that a lot of the backlogs have been cleared, and others that are still in the pipeline, they are also, they are working at it. They are chipping away. And yes, obviously, until you get your passport request, until you see movement, you are not satisfied. You obviously think something else. The whole world is conspiring against you. All the visa offices are not working and they're conspiring against you. But that is not true. That is not the case. Some applications just take longer. Sometimes comparing your application with others does not help you, because there are different circumstances. Could be there are so many variables in an application processing. Any one of them could be the reason why your application has still not come up to the top of the queue, but it will come. That's what all the numbers are indicating. So just have that little bit more patience, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. But one thing that this whole thing has done, right, over the last 2 years, IRCC, without having any intention to do so, has effectively created groups within people who are aspirants. So they have created this FSW group, and they have created the CEC group. CEC group obviously feels entitled and feel it's the right kind of. It's almost feeling like they feel it's their right to get invited. regardless of what their score is. You would have contributed because you're in the front line. You would have contributed because you continued to go to work while everybody else was, under lockdown. You continued to sort of come to your work. You did your job, you performed your duties, which was very greatly appreciated as well. That's why TR to PR program came. That's why CEC draws went right bottom down in 2021. That's why the 13th February 27,000 ITAs draw came with a score of only 75 for Canadian experienced class people. So that was Canada's way of acknowledging and appreciating that. Not only that, they then also went ahead and extended work permits for 18 months, and they're doing it yet again. So there are already so much happening. You, as I said, in different ways have contributed to the economy. In different ways, you have contributed to the job market. So kudos to that. And that has been appreciated already. That has been acknowledged already. But unfortunately, as I said, that has created groups, with CEC group saying that we are entitled, FSW saying we are entitled. There is that sense of privilege, sense of entitlement that has encroached, which creates unpleasantness, that creates divide, that is creating I am better than you, you are not better than me kind of a thing. Guys, at the end of the day, all of you are aspiring to get a status of permanent residence in Canada. It is not a right. It's absolutely not a right. If you get invited, it's a privilege. Now, as far as fair, unfair is concerned, again, at the end of the day, it will always remain Canada's prerogative. Inviting people for immigration is nobody's right. It is Canada's prerogative. It is Canada's choice who they invite, when they invite, and what conditions do they invite those people under. So people saying that they're losing out points because of age, people who are saying that their IELTS are expiring and that is unfair. Yes, I understand the feeling and the emotion behind it, but at the end of the day, Canada will do what they have to do in order to get the best of what they think from the labor market to assist, to basically help those people come to Canada and contribute in what they think would be best for the country, for their country, for Canada. I'm sure if you were in their place, you would have done the same. As I said, by doing what Canada has done over the last 2 years, with the way the whole program has been managed, they have been able to create this unwanted divide. And this becomes so obvious on the groups, right? On the Facebook groups, on Instagram posts, on comments, and people amongst themselves, they pass those unpleasant comments, which is not nice, because at the end of the day, just realize, just understand, each one of you is just trying to get to your dream and objective, your goal, and that is to come to Canada as a permanent resident. So just support each other regardless of what happens. They are not there because of you, and you are not there because of them. All of you are there. I mean, all of you are where you are because of the circumstances that you are in. And so yeah, just support and help each other. At least you should just be happy with somebody else getting on. Okay, so if you want to get there as well, just do what needs to be done so that you can get those additional points, additional scores, or you can take advantage of whatever the programs might happen when they happen, so that you are there ahead of the queue and getting through with your process as well. So that's one thing that I wanted to sort of talk about, the groupism which has been created. As I'm sure, as I said, I don't think it was intended, but this is what is happening. If you do want to make an appointment, then please, that is the link. You're most welcome. We can discuss about your application one-on-one. You can also follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. We need to see those numbers going up. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate it. And I shall see you next time when we do another one of our live weekly roundups. And until such time, you guys should take care, and I'll see you again.